I'm interested in buying springs for a very mild 1 inch drop. Why should I choose 034 over H&R and IBOC? Specifically, I don't know what car this is, but these are my general comments, and I say this all the time. So if you look back through various clip outs, you've heard me say this before. We started making springs because we used to sell H&R and IBOC springs, and they would all ride too low and too rough and harsh. And so we started doing springs where the goal was to properly match a performance spring option to the factory dampers. And that's what our Dynamic Plus spring line is. We strive with every spring that we release to offer a substantive lowering visually while increasing spring rates at an optimal amount to optimize the spring rate to the factory damper without making it too stiff or too low.
Yeah, and too low is not, I mean, lowering just for the sake of lowering does not make it a better handling or faster or
No, and
flatter.
he's looking for exactly what we do is typically around 1 inch. So you're already right there. But what we're striving for is to have kind of a factory ride feel, or like maybe like like if Audi offered a more performance oriented spring, it wouldn't be like rattling your fillings out and bottoming out everywhere. The other thing is, we are not only engineers, but we are enthusiasts. And as a CEO of the company, I'm involved in the development of all these products, and I actually ride and drive and ride in all these cars, and I make specific adjustments and recommendations based on the ride quality, on the handling characteristics. We take into account wheel and tire fitments, whether the amount of lowering that we do will rub. We take all this stuff into account. I don't know if the CEO of H&R, I don't think they do that. I don't think they know. And I think they have kind of a template. They make springs for every European car when they come out. And so while they may be working on 500 different spring options, we're only working on springs for Volkswagen and Audi vehicles. And we've started doing some for BMW. But, and then we also, in many cases, tailor make a spring for a specific model. So in many cases, we have an A4 spring, and then we have an S4 spring, and then an RS5 spring. So we will go through the whole line and do springs for each.
Yeah, we could have easily the same thing with S3, RS3. We could have just taken our existing S3 springs and stuck them in an RS3 and be like, hey, we got an S3, RS3 package, But
yeah, so
they're all tailored.
So, anyways, those are some of the reasons why we've been very successful coming into the spring market. We sell a lot of springs in a market filled with established companies like IBOC and H&R and lots of other brands too.